what we have in Uganda is the fact that in the last 3 decades or so, we've had increased numbers of women in politics as a result, largely, of affirmative action. Affirmative action itself came through a struggle by women to say that we need to be part of this struggle to reconstruct the nation. Although some people think it was handed as a gift by the president, but actually it was a struggle by the women. And so as they come into this space, it is already dominated by men. It is already modeled on a male template. And specifically in the case of violence, it's already violent. But the nature of violence differs for men and for women. And for women, they come in as late entrants. They have to beg. They have to plead with male godfathers. They have to play on that template. For example, commercialization of the elections, where you have to buy voters, you have to move the whole village in trucks with music and so on, things that are completely unrelated to the political agenda. But because that's what is there, that's what is done. And also, because of the history of the political system, where voters, even when they are in a multi-party system, voters focus on an individual. First of all, what will you bring for us? What will you do for us? But then for women, there is that additional layer of what are you? What kind of woman are you? Are you a good wife? If you're not married, how will you manage a constituency if you fail to manage a family? If you're divorced, that is even worse. If you're a widow, how sure are we that you didn't kill your husband? So this additional layer is what makes it burdensome for women to be in the electoral politics. The electoral laws should be explicit on condemning violence, and not just because the electoral commission just says don't be violent and so on, but there must be a price to pay. Otherwise, violence is attractive because it benefits the powerful, and therefore scares away people to actually meaningfully engage in the electoral process, because elections is supposed to be about election of leaders who are supposed to make a change or a contribution to your nation. Placed under the post-conflict. I even think women should boycott the election if it's violent, because why play along on a game that you are definitely losing out, and in continuously becoming a victim and a toddler in the process. So I thought that women's movement should even have that possibility. It may not change things overnight, but I think there is need to start somewhere. Otherwise, this model is actually not working for women, even for men. Many of the men, it's not working. It just seems to be working, but it's not.